morning, good afternoon, good evening. Mnangagwa has mastered the art of giving with one hand, make a big song and dance about it, while looting with the other. A few days ago, he officially opened the Troublesome traffic interchange worth US $100 million. And we made a big song and dance about it. And many of our Zimbabweans are going to be celebrating that for months, if not for years to come. Meanwhile, the looting continues. This story is about him visiting Mnangagwa Hospital. Mnangagwa Hospital is one of the 4 or so referral hospitals in the country. That it is very common to hear that they don't even have painkillers. They have no water. They have no electricity. If a big hospital like Mnangagwa can have such serious shortages, what more of the smaller provincial and district hospitals all over the country? The visit was meant to give the impression that he didn't know that our hospitals are in a deplorable state of affairs. Indeed, most of the nurses have left the country because of the poor wages. This is the more common headline in Zimbabwe. This was a story about 120,000 women dying giving birth in Zimbabwe because of the deplorable state of our health service. This particular ward that Mnangagwa was visiting is clearly the exception. Here is the more common site. And in this, somebody aptly quotes there that, oh, this is fine. After all, during the war, we slept on the floor. The thing with Zimbabwe is the nation is incredibly rich. It's just that the wealth is being wasted. I talked about this traffic interchange worth 100 million US dollars, and people celebrating it. And yet when stories of looting come out, hardly anybody notices it. Why? That is the problem with Zimbabweans. We will happily celebrate one step forward and ignore the fact that to make that one step forward, we in the same period made 10 steps back. It should take a genius to realize that we're not making progress here. We are regressing. But we are so focused on the one step forward, we ignore the 10 steps back. Needless to say, of course, that tyrants like Mnangagwa have taken full advantage of that weakness in the electorate. This is why I've said they've mastered the art of giving with one hand while looting with the other. Make a big song and dance about the traffic interchange with $100 million, whilst 1.6 billion US dollars are being looted from gold mines alone. The earlier picture I showed you had a story behind it. The story was that Mnangagwa was awarding a contract to Chivayo worth US $400 million to procure cancer treatment plant. $400 million. And the contract was awarded without going to tender. We know this character, Chivayo, is one of Mnangagwa's operatives in the game of looting the nation's wealth. So this project, this traffic interchange, is now being used as a smokescreen behind which to hide some serious looting that is taking place. No nation can progress if the electorate are so ignorant, naive, and gullible that they celebrate one step forward and ignore 10 steps back. That is simple arithmetic. And that the Zimbabwe electorate, to them, it may just as well be rocket science. They never seem to comprehend. Needless to say, of course, that it is not only Mnangagwa who have taken advantage of this weakness of ignorance, naivety, and being gullible. Nelson Chamisa has done the same thing. The people of Zimbabwe have risked lives and livelihoods and limbs in the last 25 years to elect MDC CCC leaders for the specific task of implementing the democratic reforms to stop ZANU-PF rigging the elections. Why is it that in 2023, Mnangagwa was able to blatantly rig the elections and get away with it? Two reasons. He was able to blatantly rig the elections because not even one token reform has been implemented in the last 25 years, including the 5 years in the GNU. He was able to get away with it because millions of Zimbabweans participated in the flawed elections, knowing fully well that if you participate, you give ZANU-PF legitimacy. Chamisa conned his followers to participate, telling them that CCC was going to win big because I've plugged all the vote rigging loopholes. The reality is he was lying. Chamisa and his friends have always known that ZANU-PF was rigging the elections, that the process was flawed, and that participating will only give ZANU-PF legitimacy. But they've continued to participate out of greed. Why anyone at all would still believe that they could win rigged elections after 45 years of ZANU-PF rigging elections beggars belief. And yet that is exactly what Chamisa conned the people, his followers, to believe. And the danger is he's gearing to do the same thing come 2028. Just as Mnangagwa is taking full advantage of Zimbabweans who are celebrating Troublesome traffic interchange, and will be celebrating that project for the next year, if not decades, to come, while allowing corruption to go ahead. I don't know where this word is in Parenyatwa, but clearly it was sprouted up for the occasion. The real Parenyatwa hospital is in a deplorable state. The real state of the nation's hospitals countrywide is deplorable. 120,000 women are dying, giving birth, because the country's hospital facilities, healthcare facilities, have all but collapsed. Not because the country is poor. We are looting, or rather, Mnangagwa is looting billions of dollars every month. Zimbabwe's only escape out of this hell, Gehenna, where we find ourselves, is for the people to open their eyes and realize that both ZANU-PF and MDC-CCC are exploiting them, are conning them to do one foolish thing after another. Democracy, the ancient Greeks said, requires that the people must be educated, knowledgeable, and diligent in carrying out their most important task, duty, to hold those in positions of power and authority to account. We cannot pretend that the Zimbabwean electorate is even capable of realizing that that is their duty. The Zimbabwean electorate have failed to hold both ZANU-PF and MDC CCC leaders to account. And this is the reason why we are in this Gehenna. And until we learn to open our eyes and hold leaders to account, we are going to remain stuck in this Gehenna. We may just as well start calling ourselves Zimbabweans. And instead call ourselves the nation of Gehenna, because this is where we are. This is where we have landed ourselves. And we should not be looking to ZANU-PF or CCC to get us out of this. We have to look to ourselves, we, the electorate. Until we hold them to the leaders to account, we are not getting out of this hell. Think about it. Thank you very much. Have a good day.